a visit, a black bag visit anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't know. The technology changes. I wouldn't know one way or the other about it. But I think what I do believe is they'll do whatever is necessary. Money is not a concern. When NSA wants something, it's like when the general counsel and the two next in line at NSA paid several $100s each to go to the special 30th anniversary meeting in Washington, D.C. at a hotel of the Computer Law Association, and then only went to one session of the two-day conference, was my speech. And my speech was what we are learning from the first set of affidavits we've ever been able to get from people claiming firsthand knowledge of the unlawful intelligence uses of our software. People also claiming to be formerly associated with either U.S. or Israeli intelligence agencies. And anyway, I forgot what I was going to tell you about that. But
well, we were saying at the end they had unlimited resources, and they just use it just to visit you there and listen to your stuff.
Well, they wanted to, the subject was extremely important to them because the cover-up was continuing, and we finally had evidence. And most of the courts didn't want to hear the evidence. And I attribute that, without proof, that the government was making what Admiral Murphy alluded to, ex parte presentations on national security to these federal courts. None of which is lawful, and it's all pretty awful.
Well, from the very start, all of this NSA, CIA, local surveillance on U.S. citizens is all unlawful.
Oh, sure.
And that's gone on. And even when you were working for the NSA, you were aware of them spying on American citizens?
I don't remember knowing anything about that then. I could have known it and have forgotten about it, but I was focused on the war in Vietnam. That's my job.
Right.
And that's what they had trained me to read, the Vietnamese language, and all of that makes sense, So that's, and the war was very much in full force when I was working there in the 60s.
Let me ask you a quick question because we only have a few minutes left. Have you ever talked to Edward Snowden?
No.
Would you like to?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not, man? Why aren't you two guys talking to each other? It seems like you have so much to share.
Yeah. And he may know some useful stuff, too.
Yeah, I can get a hold of his lawyer. I'm in contact with his lawyer.
Yeah. I'd be happy to talk to him.
Oh, yeah, record the call. Send it to me.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, my goodness. I was just thinking, but if you had, back, if you had gone, you could be living in Russia right now if you would have gone forward.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. I think he's got a nice apartment in Russia, along with Tara Reid and a few others. Oh, boy. And one last thing, I know we were talking yesterday about, you want to make it clear that both parties, both the Republicans and the Democrats, are equally corrupt in this whole scandal.
Right. It couldn't be clearer. And that doesn't mean that everybody's corrupt. For example, a Democrat chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Jack Brooks, who did that 3-year long investigation, and in the report, the investigative report called the Inslaw Affair, at the end of the 3 years, he accused the Justice Department of obstructing his investigation, blocking access to witnesses and documents. That takes some balls, And he was impressive. He was trying to do what he should be doing, right? And,
we need more. Yeah.
What they all should be doing. He was doing it, and he was an impressive guy.
What happened to his career after he stood up like that?
I think they defeated him.
Yeah.
I think they defeated him running for. He had been the congressman from Galveston a Democratic congressman from Galveston for, I'm guessing, 30 years. And he lost the re-election. That's not an accident in my mind,
Just
they had to get rid of him.
Yeah, if this product is worth like $500 million back in the 90s, I can only imagine what it's worth generating today, with support and all kind of stuff. Ari Ben Menashe, clarify for me one final time. Did you find him to be credible, trustworthy, and his information he shares on this matter accurate?
Yeah, I think he knew a lot, but anybody working for these intelligence agencies should be held to a very high standard of credibility because they're beholden to somebody else. In this case, Israeli intelligence. And Israeli intelligence in the Inslaw case was an instrumentality of U.S. intelligence. And when Rafi Eitan boasted about using Robert Maxwell to sell in excess of $500 million worth of PROMIS software to foreign governments, that's all true, and it's amazing that any of it ever comes out from the government. Somehow was not able to stop the publication of this stuff.
That's true too. Yeah, I was going to say the media really hasn't picked up on this as widely as they should. You know? Yeah, but so many things too. Iran-Contra, they don't really talk about as much as they should. Epstein Island, all over the place. I don't talk about New Mexico. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do? Mr. William Hamilton, I can't thank you enough. 3 hours of great content for me. I can't thank you enough, my friend.
Okay, well, I'm happy to do it. Thanks very much, and good luck with it.
Yeah, anything in the future comes up, you remember something, you want to send me an email, let's keep in touch, my friend. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Ed. Bye.
Good night.